it's Klone here, finally back with another video after, 2 days though? I mean, that should be like an accomplishment for this channel. But finally here with the small forwards list of all the opals that you can buy now at that position. So let's get started. So at number 8, because there was only 8 small forwards that you can buy now at the opal level, we have Peja. He's a 6'9" 2 guard, so I know you're like, why is he even buying now? He's tall, he can run the 2, but this is why. So he has good stats, well, solid stats. He can't really dunk too great for his size. He can't initiate contact dunks either with the 75 driving. His defense is really meh for an opal, and his interior is terrible for a 6'9" 2 guard at the opal tier. He's not that great with grabbing boards. He's very slow. So now you're like, okay, he's not the greatest defender. He's not slow, but he should be a knockdown shooter. And you would think that with the badges that he has, having 40 Hall of Fame badges and a lot of them being shooting badges, but the problem is his animations really suck. He moves slow. His shot form is not the easy. Well, it's not the hardest to green with, but it's more so ugly. It's not the fastest form. It's not the nicest looking form. Because in my opinion, like, if you practice with anyone, they're pretty easy to green with. It's just that form doesn't come natural with me. He does have a solid on-ball tendency though, but that doesn't negate the fact that he's not the greatest defender stats wise still. And his only an 89 lateral quickness at the shooting guard position, because you're not playing him at small forward. But yeah, this comes in at our number 8. Would have been 10 had I had 10. Had it been 11, he probably wouldn't have been on this list. But let's move on to number 7. At number 7, we have Andrei Kirilenko. He's a 6'9" small forward. He has solid height. He can shoot a bit. He's going to be nice inside, and he's okay in the post. He's going to really bang down low. As you see, he got that 98 standing and that 98 driving. For the dunk, he can handle the ball. He's not really going to be a primary ball handler though. He has really good defense. He can defend everywhere. He can block. He can steal. He can grab rebounds. He's not slow. He's not the strongest, but he's definitely not the weakest with a 90 strength. At this point, they're giving everybody like 90 and up strength, which is why I'm saying he's not the strongest, because at this point they're just handing out that strength. And he has great lateral quickness. When you go to his tendencies, he has solid tendencies, a 70 on ball steal with an 85 pass interception. So if you throw it his way and someone has it on deny, he's most likely going to try to steal that pass, and he's definitely going to reach a bit. When you go to the badges, you know, he's going to have most of the basic badges that you need on half, unpluckable, quick first step, clamps. He has defensive leader, which I really like. Although he does only have gold range, yeah, and he has gold range and gold floor general. At this point, with everybody getting half, you know, he would just like half. I don't think gold floor general can get anything from a half floor general player, but I could be wrong. It might be like if it's a higher tier, then their floor general just is negated. But yeah, I know you're probably like, well, he seems solid though, so why is he coming in at all the way down at number 7? And that's because I pulled him and I was excited. I was like, whoa, he was my first opal pull. I pulled him, I said, whoa, I'm excited. But I tried him out. His defense was solid. I'm not going to act like his defense wasn't alright. But that 85 shooting doesn't matter, because at this point, like, they have, like, if you can green, I play with no meter, so it's either green or no green. So I really don't care for the as long as it's solid enough to give me a solid green window. But I didn't like his jump shot. He couldn't really handle the ball. He's what the big YouTubers call a cone, what I call just a regular 3-and-D guy. Literally gonna be there to hit a wide open 3 and play D. He's not gonna be able to score too much for you. Like, yeah, he'll be able to dunk the ball, but everybody can. Well, everybody that people will actually want to use, everybody in front of him on this list can. But everybody in front of him on this list can also shoot the ball, at least in my opinion. I ain't like his jump shot. and I didn't like his animations. I couldn't score with him. I couldn't really do much with him, so maybe I'm just biased at this point, but yeah, that's why he comes in at number 7. Larry Keenan. And let's go to number 6. At number 6, we have Danny Granger, a 6'9" 2 guard. Everybody on here is going to be a small forward, but if they can run 2 guard, I'm going to call them a 2 guard, but my lists are all about the primary position, not the one that people will run them at. But 6'9" 2 guard. Who's his dynamic duo? It's the Opal Paul George, right? Oh, I cannot find it. Oh well. All right, well, 6'9" 2 guard. Of course, he can lay the ball up. He's not going to be great in the post. Of course, he's supposed to be able to shoot. He has a solid dunk. He can handle the ball a bit. Of course, he can play defense, although he's not really going to block many shots. And nor is he going to grab many rebounds. But he has solid speed. He's not really strong. He's a bit outdated at this point. He has solid lateral quickness. If we look at the tendencies, his tendencies aren't too great, so he's not really going to be there for defense. And yeah, his badges is solid though. You would think that he's a really good player, but honestly, I feel like if I didn't have my bias to Larry Keenan, I probably would have put him above Danny Granger, because at this point, Danny Granger only has goal quick draw and is base 11. Like, people like base 11, which is why I put him above Larry Keenan. But me personally, base 11 is a half or a none. I can't use a base 11 player without half quick draw. That's why I will never invest in that Lamar Odom unless they give him half quick draw. I believe Danny Granger's duo is the Paul George. If you have the Paul George, then you might as well get Danny Granger, have that 6'9" small forward, power forward duo, and they would be great, because in my opinion, base 11 on half quick draw is amazing, and that duo is really what makes me look at Danny Granger and not say he completely sucks. Plus, I've had games where I struggled against Danny Granger, like me and the guy go back and forth. While with Larry Keenan, I already know he's going to be a non-factor. Same thing with Peja Stojakovic. As long as I don't leave them wide open, they're non-factors. Danny Granger, at least, was somewhat a threat off the dribble. He's not the greatest ball handler, but he's better than who was here, who I said before him. And he just fits me more. It's just I can't get with base 11 on goal. But if I had like a Paul George and I played Danny Granger would be perfect. So, but that's why he comes in at number 6. He's still a solid player. It's just without Paul George, he's just not as good as a lot of people that I put on this list. And speaking of not as good, let's talk about someone that's better than Danny Granger. So another, 6'7" shooting guard, someone else who you're going to run at shooting guard is Gerald Green. Now, Gerald Green is, I believe he's worse than Danny Granger in the post, but he has solid layup. He's going to be able to shoot. He's going to dunk on anyone for real. He's solid at handling the ball. He can speed boost. That's what I'm going to say. He can defend everywhere. He has a great steal, perimeter defense, good interior defense, and good block. He's not the greatest rebounder, but he's going to be solid. He's fast. He's not super strong, but he is good enough to hold his own. And his tendencies, I remember why I put him this low. His on ball non-existent. He's not going to try to steal the ball at all. So someone dribbling around him, he's just going to try to guard him, but he's not taking the ball from him at all. He has solid badges. I actually for one like his jump shot. I think it's solid. Yeah, overall he's a solid card. That's really what he is. That's literally all. Like he's gonna mainly be a 3-and-D guy as well, but after the 3 that I went over, 3-and-D, but actually being good at it on both ends, it's hard to come by. Gerald Green's not gonna be the greatest perimeter defender, since he's not gonna reach for the ball, but like If you on ball, he's going to be wonderful. If you all ball, he'll at least be able to hold his own, besides the fact he's not going to try to take the ball. So take that as you leave it, though. Time to move on to the top 4. So another 6'7" shooting guard, we have Alex English, also mini Carmelo. Now he came out a lot later than the cards that we went over, so of course he's going to be more updated. He's going to be good in the post. Of course he can lay the ball up. He's going to be a good shooter. He can dunk the ball. He can handle it very well. His defense isn't the greatest, but it's solid. At his shoot, the perimeter is over 90. He's going to be able to grab rebounds. He's fast. He's not super strong, but he can hold his own. When you go to his tendencies, he's not going to be too crazy, but I mean 61, he'll be able to like hold his own. Not crazy, but you know, it's better than the 0 that we just went over. When we go to the badges, he actually has really good badges as well. I mean, y'all can really go to MTDB if y'all want to see the badges that bad. It's just he got 44 and 14, so he's gonna be solid. Like, he also has Carmelo Anthony base, so he's basically a Carmelo clone. And me personally, I liked Carmelo. And correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but I believe they fixed, either it was they fixed Carmelo's base, or Carmelo doesn't even have his own base, but Carmelo's base doesn't go, like, you can shoot from the corner at certain sometimes with Carmelo's base, while with the base that they actually gave Carmelo, that's the one that you can't shoot from the corner with. But Carmelo base, you can shoot from the corner most of the time, although sometimes the leg does kick out. But yeah, with that being said, he's a good card. I liked Carmelo. I like Alex English. He's not going to be the greatest player for you, but he'll definitely get the job done, especially at a buy it now level for Opal. But let's move on to the top 3. So at number 3, we have Gordon Hayward, a 6'8" shooting guard. Of course, he can do everything. He's not going to be the greatest in the post, but he's solid. He's man. You know, he's going to be able to shoot the ball. He can dunk a bit. He can handle the ball. He's going to be able to defend. He's going to be able to grab boards. He's not slow. He's a little stronger at a speed shoot. That's a 91 strength. He has great lateral quickness as well. When you go to his tendencies, I actually really like this tendency. Oh, no, not his tendency. It was someone else. I'm tripping. He had only 70 pass interception, which is solid. He's going to be able to steal the ball when someone tries to pass it. He's going to try to intercept that pass, and he's not really going to reach much. But, like, you can hide him. He has the size where you can hide him, put him on someone that's not really going to be able to handle the ball. Also, being that he's a shooting guard with floor general, I like that. Range extender, quick draw, of course. He has basically all the badges. He's really going to be a 3-and-D guy, though. He's not really going to handle the ball for you too much. Like, he has a solid jump shot. He's not the greatest scorer of the dribble, but at the end of the day, if you're looking for a small forward that you just want to hit threes, he's your guy. If you're looking for a shooting guard that's going to at least space the floor for you, let's say someone is in the zone and you need someone to 5 out with, boom, Gordon Hayward's your man. Gordon Hayward's honestly really solid. And like I said, all these guys is buy it now guys, so the higher you get, the closer you get to someone who can create their own shot. But most of these guys really aren't. They're buy it now for a reason. But Gordon Hayward is actually really good. Had he been on the shooting guard tier list, he'd be a lot lower. But the small forward tier list, in my opinion, isn't really that stacked. The small forward position of all the buy now Opals isn't stacked. So, but yeah, he's still a solid player. He's going to be able to get the job done for you if you need a good 3-and-D guy and you want an Opal. But let's move on to the top 2. Now, at number 2, you have my favorite player on the list, and looking over his price, since he is in the mystery packs and his price has been falling a lot. I think he's like 30K at this point. Like, it's Steven Jackson. Honestly, he's actually a really great player, but he's a 6'8" shooting guard. Of course, his post isn't going to be too great, but you know, it's man, he can get away with it. He's going to be able to shoot. He's going to be a good dunker. He can handle the ball. He can defend everywhere. He's going to be able to grab some rebounds. He's very strong. He's fast. He has solid lateral quickness. And it was whatchamacallit, he has a 68 pass interception, so it's not great. 64 on ball, but it's solid. Like, he'll be able to get the job done on defense. When you go to his badges, you know, he has all the pretty good badges. His, like, all the important badges that you need, he either has it on 42 Hall of Fame badges, or the 10 gold. So, like, let's say Intimidator, Handles for Days, things like that. Dimer, like, of course you want all of those to be on Hall of Fame, but he still has them on gold. Pick Dodger, for example. Like, just saying, like, if it's not in Hall, it's most likely in the gold, and if it's not in gold, it's probably not that important. But main reason why I have him at number 2 and why I said he's my favorite is, well, I'll tell you why I like him more than the number 1 once I get to the number 1. But nah, Steven Jackson is a bucket. From when I was using him, I'm pretty sure he had Porzingis base. At least that's what it felt like. But it was he can shoot, he can create for himself a bit too. He's going to be a little bit more than a 3-and-D player. He's better than everybody on this list that I've said so far. So clearly he has to have something more to offer. But I like his animations. If I'm not mistaken, he has a drive and dunk tendency in 95. So when you driving with him, he's gonna be trying to dunk. And overall, like, a 6'8" 2 guard as well. Like, that's, albeit they're dropping a lot of 2 guards at 6'8". Like, right now I'm running with Jimmy Butler and Kobe and DeMar DeRozan, which is the only reason why I currently don't have Steven Jackson right now, which is why I sold him, because I already have, and they're all, I can't sell them. Like, Kobe, I grinded for him. DeMar DeRozan, I locked him in. He's basically my teammate clone, and I locked in for Kareem, so I'm stuck with Jimmy Butler. Although I like Jimmy Butler a lot more, there's a reason why Steven Jackson is 30K and Jimmy Butler is still over 100K, because two similar players, but like one is way better, especially tendency wise on defense with Jimmy Butler. But Steven Jackson overall will get the job done, and especially if you're looking for a tall shooting guard. A lot of the shooting guards I named in my shooting guard list, I believe the tallest guy was 6'7", Clyde Drexler, but he wasn't even the best one. And I would take Steven Jackson over Clyde Drexler. I would say it's between Steven Jackson and Eddie Jones for top 2 buy it now players that you can play at the shooting guard position. But Steven Jackson would also be better at the small forward position than Eddie Jones or anyone really, a lot of players really, if you do need a small forward instead of a shooting guard. And he's, in my opinion, better than a lot of the players in the power forward list that can also play small forward. But that's also just my opinion. But yeah, Steven Jackson comes out at number 2. Should be 1, but I couldn't not make this other person I couldn't not make him number 1. He had to be number 1. And he is Andrei Kirilenko, the most annoying player to play against. A 6'9" small forward. Of course, he can drive. He's going to be able to play in the post. He can shoot. He's going to be able to dunk. Although the way he plays, you would think his dunking stats are higher. That's also mainly because, well, no, you would think his tendency is higher too, because he still be dunking on people. But oh no, I'm looking at driving up. Yeah, he has a 95 driving dunk. Yeah, so he dunks a lot, even though he only has an 85 driving dunk. He really tries to go at you. He's gonna be able to handle the ball. He has nearly perfect defense. He can grab. He's gonna be able to jump with anybody. He's gonna grab rebounds. He's actually really fast, even though it's only a 90. I mean, at a shoe it's a 93. With my coach it's a 94. Like, just little things like that, he's still gonna be fast. He's not the strongest, but like I say with a lot of players that don't have a 90 strength, at a shoe it's a 90 strength for him. And with this guy's shoe is perfect lateral quickness. But when you go to his tendencies, he's so annoying. Oh my gosh, only a 50? You would think that he has like a 90 the way he plays. Like, he's all up on you. He gets bumpy. But I mean, 50 still, man, it's like, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's just not great. But you would think that he's so annoying to play against. He's everywhere, but that might just be because of his stats and his what's it called? His dang, I can't even think of the word. His lateral quickness. But the only reason why I said I don't think, well, I prefer Steven Jackson over him, because you see all these great badges on Hall, but Andrei Kirilenko is a base 98 player, or LaMarcus base player, LaMarcus Aldridge base player, and those type players I can't do quick draw with. Can't do gold quick draw. It's half quick draw or not. Andrei Kirilenko not having, and I can't use the other one because he doesn't play small forward. I prefer Andrei Kirilenko at the small forward. He's 6'9". So if someone like me, I run Kareem at the power, at the 4. So I wouldn't want a 6'9" player running into the GOAT Kareem himself. But at small forward, honestly, you can't go wrong with this guy. While I personally wouldn't like him, he's also one of the most annoying players to play against. When I'm in triple threat and I see him, I already know I'm up for a fight. When I'm in unlimited, I already know not to go through whoever he's guarding. Like, it's as simple as that. Like, even if I don't like him like that, he's still not even objectively, he's still for a fact the best small forward player that you can buy now. He's better than some guys that's not buy now. For most of the year, he was the best. Not most of the year, for a good portion of the time that he was out, he was the best small forward in the game. That's the list. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you feel differently about these players than I do, please express it in the comments. If you like the video, then please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 50 subscribers by the end of the summer, you know, just to have a solid base to build off of. But yeah, I mean, that's the video. I'll see you with the power forwards.